Thank you, Brad. You know, it's always good when you're the former and he's the current. He has an opportunity there to take some shots, but I reminded him before we came up here, Brad, remember I'm talking second. So, and JD, I will tell you at this point, you and I have been to a lot of these dinners. We know what it's like when we get to this hour of the night. What they want us to do is finish quick. So I'm going to try to say what I need to say in this 4-minute time frame. And let me just start by the thank yous that I really do. I'm in shock at this thing, to be honest with you. I'm not sure I'm deserving of this award, but I am appreciative of the award. There are so many others who deserve it far more than I do. But let me thank some people first, and I'll say a few things about the firm. First, the committee that has considered me for this. I met with that committee earlier today, and I tell you, I'm in awe of the group that you saw up on the board earlier that makes up that committee. I've watched many of those entrepreneurs through my career, and they have helped me greatly in developing what I've become and watching how they work. So I've been fortunate to be there, and I appreciate the committee's confidence, I guess you would say, in me to offer this award to me. My family is the most important, as we've all said. All of us who've gone through building a business know what it takes. My wife Carolyn, who's here, 3 of my daughters are here, some son-in-laws, my sister, my brother, anyway. And also, I must say, my friends from down in Williamsburg at the University of Cumberland's made the trip to drive up here to see this, and I thank them as well. But my family's put up with me through going down early, coming home late, working on weekends. No, I can't take you to Florida for spring break because we've got too much work to do. You know, all of the things that it takes to build a business. And I missed a whole lot of things as my kids were growing up that I shouldn't have missed. And they tolerated me and they put up with me. And I thank them more than anybody else for what they've done. The firm, this is not my award. This is the firm's award. The people in that firm have made me what I am. They gave me the opportunity to lead, but they carried the water. They made it happen. Like Brad said, I'm not sure he was a very good accountant. I was never sure I was a very good accountant anyway, and I'll talk about that in a second. But they carried the water. They were good accountants. They were smart as hell. They were hard workers, and they made it happen. And that firm has made me, this award is yours for those of you here in the firm. And then I must say also the clients of our firm. We were so fortunate through the years to create relationships with these wonderful entrepreneurs out there who were building these businesses. Those clients of our firm made our firm what it is. They made me what I am. And the relationship that Brad said, you know, I coveted those relationships. Those people who were clients initially ultimately became friends. We became, I was their advisor and they were my advisor. So it's worked out well for all of us, and that's been a big part of what I've done and who has made me what I am. So I thank all of those that I've mentioned. Now let me go back and just take another minute or two, JD, about my career. You know, I remember my days at UK years ago. You know, I didn't think I was going to be an accountant. I was majoring in fraternity life and 2 keys, I think. And I started out in engineering, and I was about to flunk out, but I got into the business school. And then when I started getting near the end, I thought, you know, I got to get a job. I got to get out of here and get a job when I finish because the scholarship's over. And then I looked around, and I knew the guys in the business school who had accounting degrees all got jobs, and the rest of them didn't. And I said, well, so I took a few accounting courses, and I got an accounting degree. I thought I'd do that for 6 months and figure out what I was going to do once I got past that. And so I got out, and I did get a job. It was a wonderful thing. You know, I got paid. I got a job. I went to work, and I think the first 3 months, I never got a day off for 90 days, but that's the way it was in those days. But I will tell you what, I loved that job. Once I really got into it, what I really loved about it, I got to work with these business owners, and I got to see how they ran their businesses. I got to watch them make money. I got to listen to them. I got to talk to them. I got to see how they made decisions to make that business work. I watched some fail. I watched some succeed. I figured out the ones who were good and who weren't, all of that. So my career, you know, my career I've had a long career now. They had a 50-year anniversary or a reunion in Lexington for my class. I thought, man, if I didn't feel so good, I'd think I'm really old. But I will tell you, I have enjoyed this career far more than I ever expected because of that relationship with those business owners and those entrepreneurs. And that's why I think this program that these guys have come with and put on is critical to this state. This state needs what this thing will do. So when we got ready to start the firm, after I got out, we started a firm. We stumbled around like most startups do, 2 or 3 years. We finally got our footing, and then we said, what are we going to do? I had one goal in mind, and I told my partners and my staff, all of us at that point, our one goal is that we're going to build a firm that has the size and the capabilities to service the largest Kentucky-based, privately held businesses. Because at that point, those businesses were all serviced by big 8 accounting firms. And I thought, that's not right. There ought to be a firm based here in Kentucky who can service those entrepreneurial businesses. And that's what we're going to do. And that's what we started out to do. And we had a philosophy. And the philosophy was this: if our clients can grow, we can grow. And so I stressed that to our partners and staff. Let's be creative, let's be innovative, let's help them grow. Let's just don't answer their questions, let's help them grow. And if they grow, we'll grow. It's worked out pretty well. We grew to be one of the top 100 firms in the United States. I'm really proud of that. That goal of servicing those large entrepreneurial, closely held businesses in Kentucky, we got there. Many of those businesses are clients today, and the ones that aren't should be. So I'll talk to you all about that later. I'll talk to you about that. Now listen, I can't leave here, though. I can't leave here without just a little bit of lobbying. The committee heard my little sermon earlier about what we need to do in this state. I'm all about this state going forward. This little David Jones's little impetus group that I got involved in, and my impetus table is back there in the back. Yeah, okay, come on, give me 5 back there. The state of Kentucky and the city of Louisville need each other. The state of Kentucky is not going to go anywhere without the city of Louisville, and the city of Louisville is not going to go anywhere without the state of Kentucky. But what we've got is we've got this terrible imbalance, and that the imbalance is the way we structure our tax code for growth. Kentucky's had no growth, 0.39% in the last 10 years on the census. It's been terrible. We have a plan through our impetus group to make Kentucky grow. Why? We need in the state of Kentucky a higher level of per capita income. How do you get that? You get that by growing the economy within the state of Kentucky. How do you get that? You grow the economy in the state of Kentucky by growing the population of the state of Kentucky. How do you get that? Well, our plan is there's a tool we can use to grow the population. And that tool is take our income tax to 0. Now, we made some progress last year. It's down 0.5% in 23, but it needs to go to 0 over the next 3 or 4 years. The young people, that plan will attract the young people that are not in this state to come here. It will retain those young people, my daughters and son-in-laws and so forth, to stay here because there will be a better economy. And it'll also keep the wealth here. I'm looking around the room at all you rich guys out there who want to run off to be Florida residents so you don't pay any state income tax. I want you to be residents of Kentucky, I want you to stay here, So help me and the rest of this group of impetus and all the state chambers all in on this, help all of us grow Kentucky. And it's not about tax reform. I don't care about tax. We got to have enough money to run the state. It's about grow Kentucky by creating a tool, and that's the way we're going to do it. So I look forward to you helping us with that. And with that said, JD, I'm going to get off the stage. I thank the committee. I thank Doug and everything you all have done. I don't know that I'm deserving, but I appreciate it. And on behalf of my family and the firm and all of our clients, I'll accept this with humility. Thank you.